Hey everybody! Hi guys! It's been ages. Great to see you guys. I'm Shanae and this is my twin sister Shania. And we are doing another episode of Ingram Inspirations.
It's been a long while.
Yeah, so Ingram is our last name, and so we named the channel Ingram Inspirations. So we're here to talk to you guys about a special topic. For those of you who are here for the first time, on our channel we focus on Christian life and on athletics. So our page is focused on inspiring people who want to better their Christian walk, and we also talk about our track and field experiences and just spread inspiration, motivation, and the gospel as well. So it's a mixture of all that. And it's not just targeted at young people our ages, basically anybody. We just want to inspire positively and inspire biblically and, in a godly way. So we're happy to be here and we're so excited because as you can see, we're wearing sports clothes, sports gears, some of what we normally wear when we're running for our now institution. And so we're going to be talking today about the sports aspect because we normally, all of our previous videos were about other stuff not related to sports. So we decided because our page is about those two things, Christian walk and sports, we were just going to do a video that focuses on that today. And so we're going to be talking about our lives as athletes, starting from the basic questions. So we're excited because we are athletes almost most of our lives, and there's so much that we have issue that we can share, and we're happy to be talking about this today with you guys. So we're gonna start by telling Shania, if you wanna start first. When did we start
We were 7. Yeah, we were 7. We were second grade in primary school, and started out from Blue Cross Blue Shield. It was sponsored by Blue Cross at the time. It's Sagicor right now, but it was Blue Cross back then. So we had a good teacher, a good PE teacher back in primary school. He really started us off on this whole track journey. Shout out to Mr. Clark. And so we started at second grade in primary school, and we went all the way up to 6th grade, and we represented our school in DA and Montmara Primary and Infant School to be specific.
So Montmara Primary, and Mr. Xavier Clark here.
So we after primary school we went to Egnan High School, and we started out there. Very good experience with top-notch coaches and outstanding athletes, and it was really a good system to be a part of, in the sense that it molded whatever talents you had, not just athletically but holistically.
Yeah. I think I want to say my experience is that one thing that's always stood out to me, like we have always been in schools where we won. Like I'm really not used to losing, guys. Like I've never been on a team that lost anything. So I was my primary school, some places call it elementary school, but in primary school, which is like 1st grade till 6th grade, like I can't remember. Did we ever lose the DA championships?
We probably lost like one or two
during
times.
My experience, I can't even remember ever losing that. And the same thing continued throughout high school. So we've always been a part, know what it's like to be a part of a team that has track and field prestige or history, rich history, and a lot of victories. And traveling around, meeting people, having all these experiences with people our age and older. Coaches and parents and managers and leaders in sports, in that sports sector. It's always been a good experience, meeting and greeting and just being pushed beyond your socially, having yourself being pushed beyond your comfort zone and pushed into stuff that you didn't know you had. And the world is a beautiful place because we've met a lot of people that has shaped who we are and what we see of the world and our experiences altogether. So
yeah. And now we go to the Fayetteville State University in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Right. So we did win at the end of our time at high school. We did receive a track scholarship to study abroad and to compete for the university where we would have been studying. And so that we are currently in the United States on our third year. It's been a month since we got back to school, and we're in our third year as school juniors. So we are pursuing our degrees and also representing the school in track and field. Yes, actually, I am also a sports major. A health and physical education sports major with a concentration in sports management and a minor in business administration, because I want to be a coach and I want to work professionally in this same sector that I grew up in competing for. I love sports. I love the idea of track and field, because for me it's not just running. There's so many things that goes into competing or goes into practicing. It's mental, it's social, it's management, and there's so many aspects of it that I think I really love. I've always had a passion for and I feel a calling for, and so I want to go into that field. She's a psychology major, so that can also tie in because there's a lot of psychology with sports. And so we're very passionate about this stuff, and that's why we believe that God has called us to really incorporate these things into our training together, because they tie in so well, and they deal with the different aspects of the person. And we love it. So we have pretty good experiences, memorable ones that have shaped us and that continue to shape us, will continue to shape us for the rest of our lives. Yes, because we're about to be sticking around in the sports sector even after we stop running. So some of the struggles, let me go first to the benefits. So we're going to speak more specifically to the benefits of doing track. And I think this comes out more to us maybe throughout our high school days and our college years, especially college, because track at college is a different level than even at a high school in some ways.
Being a student athlete is never easy because you have to, combine both, and at the end of the day, you're always a student first before an athlete.
Student athlete.
Right.
Name, student athlete.
C name above student athlete. And one of the things that I think it does, it teaches you discipline and time management and dedication. So life lessons, like things that I think every adult needs to survive in the world. I think being involved in sports or going to school really taught us that. That level of discipline that you need to meet deadlines, to work hard, to make sacrifices, even though it might take a toll on your body and your mind. But I think physically it keeps you healthy, mentally it keeps you healthy, and emotionally you're also kept healthy because you have to make daily decisions as it regards to the goals that you set, as it regards to the standards that you have to meet, both for your professors and for your coaches as well. And it helps you to make sacrifices and to set goals and to work so hard to reach them, because at the end of the day, the success that comes from it feels so good. And you really want to continue to achieve that level of success.
Yes. For me, when I think about benefits, I think about the great things such as really connecting with people. Like track has allowed me to travel the world up, because I came to another country to school. And
it's not exactly the world.
That's a world.
Yeah,
but it is. The world. Well, I'm about to be going more places, so it's gonna be. No, but it's the world, because you've been to US. She's been to other countries, y'all. She don't even
one other
know what she's talking
But I'm
about.
saying, the United States is a melting pot of culture. So you can say you've had access to the world.
Yes, you left your country, you have experience of the world. Okay.
Yeah.
So I talk about I really look at the fact that we really have experience, meeting people, because it's like you meet other athletes, you build networks, connections, and you get to share in the experiences of others and learn life lessons from them. So one of the benefits is being connected to people who are like-minded, being connected to people who are better than you, that can mentor you and get you up to a certain level. And it's also like pulling you out of some of your mindset, as you thought you were the only one who had that struggle, or you were the only one who believed something or understood something a certain way. And then you meet other people and you go outside into different cultures and different people with different experiences, backgrounds, lifestyles, everything. You see it all. You're exposed to so much, And I've met so many people, coaches, managers,
Athletes.
athletes, that if I was not doing the sport, I probably wouldn't be so exposed, like, because it's a lot of traveling and taking buses, probably like every weekend, going around, it's a lot of traveling. And sometimes it gets tiresome, that's sometimes it's tedious, but it's beneficial to me that I get to really come out of my shell, and it pushes you to socialize, and it sets you up to meet people that will impact your life forever, and people who are connected to other areas of your life, not just you being a athlete and running. There's other parts of your life and other stuff you want to do.
Yeah.
And so I think that's very
Yeah, so
beneficial.
I just wanted to, because we're in the pandemic, y'all. You might see us dressed up and think we're actually going to meet. We're in our dorms.
House.
So I understand that right now a lot of athletes are not able to go out and practice, and it's very disadvantageous for a lot of us athletes. And right now you may feel like you're not benefiting as much as you would want to, because you're not able to practice or go to the gym, or be around your teammates as much. But staying in your dorm and doing even some push-ups or just about anything, or reminiscing on your past track experiences before this whole pandemic, can be a point of encouragement for someone out there who feels as if right now they don't know how to feel about their athletic life, or they don't know how to think about their upcoming season, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yes, there are a lot of benefits tied to this: socially, mentally, physically, academically,
And emotionally.
emotionally. All the alleys, there are types of benefits that are attached to being athletic or being involved in sports or being specifically involved in track, because that too brings different experiences or different benefits.
Yeah.
But there are benefits, and those are ours. So we could talk about struggles. What are the struggles associated with being involved in sports or being an athlete?
Well, sometimes you feel like you don't get as much social time, or have a social life compared to. There's a lot of comparison that can be made. Maybe if I didn't do track, I would have had more time to hang out with friends on the weekends, but I have to be at track meets. So that's like one thing that a lot of athletes might see as something that
Yeah.
is really hard for them. Not having. But to be honest, I don't think, and well, in terms of struggle,
Yeah, you like
practice
persevere
in
years.
itself is a struggle, but when you weigh the benefits and the benefits of track and field, it's almost as if they outweigh the struggles, and you don't really have to pay attention to the struggles that much, because there's so many benefits you get from it. It's like encouraging for you to like overlook, well, not really ignore the challenges you have, but just to see them as stepping stones to be a better athlete, a stronger person. And um
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that what she's referred to specifically is not really a struggle. That's just something you have to deal with in life. If we should like stay more specifically to what are the day to day struggles, like practically, what does it look like in an athlete's life? I probably say sometimes it can get rough mentally, because I've been through some depressed states, low self esteem. Keeping it real, low self esteem, depressed, failure. Like some type of
Yeah,
failure,
or maybe
and dealing with
even
that.
undergoing injuries.
Say it,
Yeah, that
struggles.
like, well, that's a struggle for a lot of athletes, because sometimes their body is not at the place you would want it to be, and we're not robots out here, like we're human beings. So sometimes your body is not responding in a way that we wanted to respond, and that in itself can be a great struggle, because if your body is not up to the task, then it can be depressing. It can weigh on you emotionally, and for athletes who struggle with injury or not being able to push their body to that limit, yeah, that can be a struggle for a
Yes.
lot of people.
So me and Shania are big on. We believe that it's important to take care of the body and the soul, because track and field needs doesn't just weigh on your body but your mind. And so time management, having mentors, and being accountable are extremely
Extremely
important, because when the
important, yeah.
struggles come, you're gonna need to know how to balance, how to rest, how to get help, or to seek for help,
Yeah.
ask for help, or to be vocal about the issues that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's struggles, because it's about managing, but time management, balance, about coming back, being resilient, being tough and strong enough to deal with
Yeah.
what your body comes with, and you having to do what you need to do under that body pressure or under that mental pressure. So that's a struggle. For us, I know I've been through times that I say specifically struggles I've had to keep in line with the question is just I've went through depression. I've been through failure for failures are lost, and
Mm-hmm.
I have had great times, but I did have some low seasons. Shania here has been through major struggles with injuries. I think she has a record with that more than I did,
Yeah.
and especially when she had her
I had a knee surgery in my freshman year, and like, it probably was one of the most depressing seasons of my entire track life. But and it has helped me to relate more to athletes out there who struggle with injuries, because that's the major one of the most major injuries I've ever had, and so that in itself was a struggle for me. But essentially, it opened my eyes to the reality of the struggle of the student athlete, and now I'm more equipped to encourage and to motivate those who might be going through the same thing or might have been through the same thing. That it's a part of our life as athletes. So sometimes your body is just going to undergo certain things that you just wish you didn't have to. For you didn't wish you wish it you didn't have to experience that, but it's a part of this thing that we call sports. And while we enjoy sport, it comes with challenges and
Mhm.
hardships and setbacks, and sometimes you just have to bounce back from that. And when you
Mhm.
bounce back, you can be stronger than you've ever been, and I'm a
Mhm.
testament of that, because I
Mhm.
I bounced back from an injury to an outstanding season in spring. It was really mind blowing for me, and so um, that in itself proved to me that I am a strong person.
Mhm.
I am a strong person,
Yeah.
and mentally, I didn't. There are things I wish I had handled better, but at the end of the day, I'm still strong, to have bounced back from all of that and to serve as an inspiration to others who are going through the same thing.
Yeah, so that ties into what we were going to talk about next because we were going to talk about victories that we've had. And I remember her moment because it's also my victory moment
Mhm.
because, she's my other half. And so I count that as a victorious moment because looking at where my sister was when she got injured in January, it was a normal season going on fine. And
And
she
it's
got an
not, let me
injury
know, it's
in
not January of 2020. This was 2019.
team,
So it's
right?
over a year ago.
Right, and she
Yeah.
did get injured, and she was knocked out after getting injured to going into surgery and rehab to her point where she was fully able to train was like a year. Was it a year and some months? Like a year and a half,
Hmm.
right? And then so she started practicing only in last August, and so by the time 2020 January come around, she was doing so well. Where last year around that time she was just injured, but she was doing so well.
Yeah.
Came back and got MVP of the conference championship, 3 goals and a bronze. So
Hmm.
it's like coming back from that injury. She was telling me that a few days before she could never tell you that she was gonna do any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
because I can remember
Fit.
my body coming under so much pressure. It was like a week before our conference championship, and I was like, I would sound crazy to tell my coach that I can't do all the events they're asking me to do, because I was entered for the heptathlon, the pentathlon, and two other events, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm not going to make it. I can't do it. It felt crazy, and the how I felt, I had no idea that the coming week would have been such a miraculous week for me. It's
Yeah,
almost as if, I give glory to God, because I can
that was a
remember that was
miracle.
like a miracle. Like, I can remember feeling so, my body pushing to limits that I never knew I could push to. I experienced my body going to extent that that's just never been to before. So it was really the work of God, him proving to me that he is a restorer, and
Mhm.
he restored my strength to achieve something that I never dreamt I would
Yeah,
have. And that in itself, really, even up
yeah,
to this day, I'm like,
yeah.
how did I walk away from that championship with two
Three,
goals, a
three,
silver, a bronze, and
bronze.
MVP? Like, and,
Yes,
and 2 weeks before that, I felt like I couldn't have done all that, and
yes.
it really showed me that I was always a disciplined person. I was always like a hard worker. I'm always like doing what I'm supposed to do at practice, always doing what I know I'm supposed to do. But sometimes when your body has gone through something, it's hard to convince your mind that you can bounce back from it. So it's really a mind over matter type of thing, and still believing in the work and the effort that you put out, even though your body may not feel like it. And so that showed me that sometimes you can't really pay attention to how your body feels. Sometimes you just have to push your mind.
Kind of like life, it's never our feelings. You just have to know that sometimes you fall into situations you never planned for, but I promise you that God is not trying to that God doesn't hate you. He does not try to punish you. Sometimes, whether either you're getting it by yourself or not, God is a God of mercy. In terms of my sister, we were going through a season where God had to teach us some stuff, and so I think that taught us, because she came back from a place and God gave her triple for her trouble. Her loss, he made up all of that, because we never dreamed that at that time in the year she would have been MVP. And that did something to us psychologically. It really boosted us and gave us motivation. And then we were also being blessed in other areas of our lives, right, full round. And I'm telling you, since that season of our lives, it's just been going rapid ever since. It's like, so every time your life happens in seasons, and where you are now, I promise that as long as you just keep doing the right things will turn out. If you're watching this and you know you have greatness on your life, God has prophesied stuff over you, don't be impatient with the prophecy in house. It's not happening, or be depressed because I'm not operating a way that I thought I would by this age. Or maybe you're saying my life has to look like this. No, you can't compare it to anybody else, because your journey is yours. And when the time is right, just do the right things, because you don't want to do wrong stuff and hinder your own progress, because that's another part of it too. But if you stay the course, be patient, and focus on your own life and what the will of God is for you in that season, you are right where you're supposed to be, even if when you're not doing what is seen by society as the victorious thing. So victory to God, or you doing well to God, looks different. So you have to ask for His perspective, so you can be at the right place.
Success. Seek for success from God's perspective. Don't try to have the same. Your definition and your view of success, it might look different from somebody else's. So don't weigh on yourself and feel depressed because it's not turning around as fast as you want it to be. Sometimes it's gonna be a season of success for somebody close to you. You celebrate with them, you encourage them, and then when your time comes around, you're gonna want somebody to encourage you and tell you that you've done well too.
And we have to know what victory is, because of success, because it wasn't until I gained my own definition of success till I was able to forgive myself and be at peace with myself. And when I did that, I started to do well too, and it released me from many burdens that I used to carry, because I told myself that my best is doing what I can to the best of my ability in that moment. That's what success is for you. And enjoy what you do, enjoy life, do it with purpose and intention, and you will enjoy it. And when you mope yourself and just go with the motion, and you hate everybody, you hate everything, and everything makes you irritated, like it's just like a burden. So just stop, redirect, and you may have to start from scratch to be your heart to be in the right place. And it's important that your heart and your mind is in the right place, so you can go through without bitterness and without hopelessness. Because there is hope.
There is hope.
We actually went over into the last question, which is advice that we'd have. So that's what we have to tell anybody that's probably an athlete. Now maybe you can apply the same concepts to stuff that are not really track and field, but it's still the same concepts, right? And for all the athletes who may be watching this, is track and field or volleyball, netball, whatever sport you play, swimming, tennis, golf, anything that you play, rugby, wrestling, gymnastics, whatever you do athletically or competition-wise, it's a wonderful thing to be an athlete. Embrace it. Embrace the struggles. You will grow. You will come out tough. You will maybe be able to write some books, some experiences one day, or be a speaker,
or be a leader.
Even though it doesn't look like it, you're gonna be okay. And don't feel sorry for yourself. You're not alone. And you can also try. Taking our stories, for example, if you're injured or if you are not going through a season where you want to see right now, you just have to know what your purpose is and believe in everything that you are. And live life to your best. That's what really makes you happy, living it for God's will and to the best of your ability. So that's what we have for you guys. We're going to definitely talk more. We're going to be having more sports videos up. And if you have any questions related to track and field, maybe our personal experience or just stuff you want to know, you can let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think about this video. what you want us to talk about, any potential topics, so you can look through some of what we have and see what you would want to ask us or what you want us to bring to the platform so people can hear from us. But until
next time, which is there's gonna be a next time, guys.
Exactly what we're trying to do, one every Saturday, at least once a week. And so we'll be seeing you guys soon again. So thank you for taking your time out to watch and to be inspired and to invest in your own growth. Please share with somebody and
subscribe.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you did, thank you so much.
And if you didn't, we're still waiting.
Please. And thank you in advance. But God bless you, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.